As you begin to transition and journey into the unknown, keep your head high, mind focused and sharp, and never, ever look back. And remember, you're not alone. But yet be warned, your addiction, the lifestyle, and the devil is plotting your arrival. So before you walk out those doors, it's time to man up and pack the 12 steps of that Bible or Quran for survival. Those books you held on to with a strong arm behind these prison walls will in the end be a lifeline to protect you from that downfall. When situations arise and things are looking grim, don't be afraid or embarrassed to open those books and learn how to live and learn how to win. Now you re-enter society coming straight out of jail. You found ways that didn't work. It doesn't mean that you failed. You made a living the best way you knew how, but it was just a little bit more than the judge and the law would allow. You said you have nothing, but yet you possess everything. God, family, friends, NAAA, and the know-how to be a productive member in society. You possess everything, but some would say, coming out of jail, I can't put that on my resume. I understand your despair, then honestly tell them, yes, I was in prison, I was being rebuilt, I was in a state of repair. I need courage to face the world. You see, that's fear taking action. My brothers, my sisters, let's face the world together, and then the courage will come after. What do I say to my family? Man, just go home and right that wrong. Speak from the heart and let the spirit guide you on. Family, it's been so many years since we drifted apart. It doesn't mean I don't love you. I was lost in the dark. I was trapped in the maze trying to find my way and had to confront my fears to keep from going insane. But yet the drugs and the lifestyle got a hold and it won't let go. It's telling me that I need it, but yet it's killing me slow. But yet in my heart, I refuse to succumb. Never again will it be second to none. What do I say to those that I physically and verbally hurt? Well, at first say nothing. Let your repentance and actions do the work. If you feel the need, then invite them to church. And if that doesn't work, then give it to God, and that seed that you planted will eventually spurt re-entry.
The core of what we do is we conduct what are called inside-out classes, where I bring about 10 MIT students in to take class with about 10 incarcerated students.
Very excited for that.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about forgiveness, which I've always found to be a very rich topic to discuss in these classes. The class I teach in prison is Nonviolence as a Way of Life, and we discuss subjects like manipulation, coercion, and consent. We discuss cruelty and kindness. We discuss forgiveness. We discuss honesty. I don't know these guys. I probably never met them. And unless one of them was in my class last spring, I probably won't know them. And so they're totally like you. They're coming at this completely naively.
Massachusetts has a rich history in leading the way in terms of progressive correctional reform.
I first went in the late 80s. We thought it would be interesting to meet with people who are more intimately acquainted with violence than most MIT students are. My MIT students are all scientists and engineers. They're all kids who have really excelled in their lives. They're the cream of the crop. They're not used to failure. And for the most part, people who have never thought of any other path in life other than that they would go to college and do really well. My incarcerated students, my inside students, are for the most part people that haven't finished high school when they came to prison. A lot of them stopped going to school when they were in 8th grade. We're meeting with the Peace Unit, which is youthful offenders between 18 and 25, so there'll be people around your age. And some of them might be exploring taking college classes, too. think when the students first come to prison, the very first time, it's a very dramatic experience for them.
Thank you.
Operation 78, okay?
Visitor's badge. Okay. My students all have the experience of,
Come on in next.
you go through a metal detector, you get checked in a lot of ways. For the first time in their lives, they walk through a huge steel door and then it shuts behind them with a slam. And then you're in prison, and that's a very visceral experience. Yeah, I could still remember the first time it happened to me, and it was a long time ago. That feeling like I'm in prison. It's a little scary. And I think that's good. I think that's really part of the experience for my students, is to feel that feeling of what it feels like, the helplessness of being an incarcerated person.
Come out. If you haven't, hang in there. Okay, just chill out then. Fall back.
You can walk. Yeah, you can walk that way, guys.
You guys sign the waivers? You guys sign the waivers, you guys come out.
Hey, everybody. So I'd like us all to spread out. So we're calling the people in blue the inside students, and the people who aren't in blue are the outside students. Thank you all for coming. This is a one-shot version of something I've been doing inside for a while. I would like to just have a discussion. And the topic for today is forgiveness. We're going to work on what that means. But let's just get started. So let me throw out, I'll start the general conversation, and then I think we'll break into smaller groups. So let's circle up so we're closer to each other. The inside students often come up with very powerful understandings of what forgiveness means, because they've thought about it a lot.
So I believe the first question Lee wanted us to think about was someone you feel like you have to forgive in your life.
One of the things in life that I went through was like I grew up without a father, and I grew up with him and without him. Like he was in and out of my life, and I kind of blame him for that. And I'm still, like, to this day, I'm still living in just like I blame him, you know. And sometimes I think, you know, when I get out of here, I'm gonna go talk to him, tell him how I feel. I come to the point where it's like you only live once, and I committed mistakes in life that I want to be forgiven for, and I don't think that he did what he did just to do it. You know, maybe he had his own obstacles in life that he was going through.
I think education helps with building resilience because men and women are seeing themselves in a different light, and it's building their self-esteem and their self-efficacy, and they understand that they are more than just the worst crime that they've done or the sentence that they've served. They are a full person who has potential and who can contribute to society in a meaningful way.
And winter break of my sophomore year, my sister passed away, and she was my age.
My aunt/mother passed away while I was here, because this is not where I wanted to be, because I didn't want this to be her last memory of me being here.
Once you find a peace with that person, I think you have to do it through realizing that they're human. And I think forgiveness kind of comes down to humanity a little bit, because
In the end, it's just people taking class with other people.
If you hope that people forgive you, you have to forgive people.
You have to be responsible enough to know, like, it's a possibility for me to go to jail, me doing what I'm doing.
I still hold on to like a lot of anger against him for that. And I don't know if I can forgive him until my younger brother does.
You're holding a lot of pain, and you ain't did nothing. You did the best you could do. And what I've learned in life is that as long as you do the best you can do, it's always going to be good enough. Don't beat yourself up. You're a good big brother. I heard you, and I commend you for taking on that responsibility and that role.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
David.
Thank you for saying that, David.
At the end, we always collect evaluations, and a very common thing I get from the incarcerated students on their evaluations is, I came into this thinking I was going to be sitting with the smartest kids in the world and I was going to feel really dumb, and in the end I figured out that I'm really just as smart as them in my own way.